Roller latches. Accurate makes a whole bunch of roller latches. Sorry. We have a 9100 series. I've got a narrow backset 8800 series. I've got a 9800 and a 9500 series roller latch interior. So real quick, so this is the family of roller latches we have. You have the 9100. You have basically 4 functions. 22 means double cylinder. 25 is passage. 24 is entry, so it's basically cylinder outside, turnpiece inside, and a privacy. Obviously turnpiece inside and a coin return or emergency coin release on the outside. On the smaller ones, we've got non-cylinder functions, so just passage, 25, and just privacy, 39. So roller latches, 3/8 inch projection. Let me show you how they work. So normally these are going to be used on doors where you don't have active lever trim. I'll give you one crazy example. In Montana, in certain areas of the mountains, they're not allowed to have active, building code, sorry, doesn't allow active trim on entrance doors because of bears. Believe it or not, bears learned how to use lever trim to get into a house. So this is a great lock to use. That's a crazy example, but there's other examples. So you can put a cylinder in here, and you can put a turnpiece in, and you can see how it works, right? It's just it's a 3/8 inch projection roller latch, right? And so the door basically, the latch, you know, it snaps into this detent in the strike, right? So holds it in, holds it in place like that, right? The detent and the roller latch. And then the deadbolt creates your security or your privacy. So this happens. So if I did an emergency coin return on the outside, this would be a privacy function. If I did double cylinder, cylinder on the outside, cylinder inside, it'd be a 22 function, which is basically a double cylinder entry function. And then of course, without the deadbolt, you can just do passage. So a lot of times passage will be used on interior doors, typically 2 1/4 inch thick doors, large doors, heavy doors. You'll use the 9100 series roller latch. This roller latch is spring loaded, okay? And basically there's no lever trim. So you see how there's no hubs? See no hubs? Put my fingers in there, okay? There is a function where if you wanted to, we could put rigid hubs in there so you could put dummy trim on, right? So just basically levers that pull the door, but there's no active trim. The only thing, so you just, as this snaps in place, you pull or push the door open. You don't need to retract this because it's going to slide, that wheel is going to slide off that detent and allow you to close and open the door. So it sort of snaps into place, holds it into place so that wind doesn't blow it open, or when you open another door to the home, you have air pressure changes, HVAC issues, the door won't pop open, right? So this is to close the door and hold it shut. This is for security. The 8800 series, this is our narrow backset version. So 1.5 up to 2 1/4 inch backsets. And you'll see the same idea, same roller latch. This happens to be white nylon. The 9100 was black. Same difference. There's the deadbolt, and then this is the strike for the 8800. So you'll see that the detent is here, and the deadbolt goes in there. Right. So this is you see the difference in strikes. This would be the 9100 series. This would be the 8800 series. Okay. Same functions. You got double cylinder, which is a 22. You've got passage, no deadbolt, which is a 25. You've got cylinder by turnpiece, which would make it a 24. And then a privacy 39 function would be a coin release out on the outside, turnpiece inside, okay? So same idea as the 9100, right? So 9100, 8800, roller latch. Again, same 3/8 inch projection. Then we move into the interior set. So again, you may have some decorative pulls on doors. You may even have flush pulls, some Harmon hinge situations. These would be ideal so that, you know, a door opens into kind of recedes into a pocket, so it's flush with the wall. sometimes we'll put a roller latch on there to keep the door fastened inside the pocket or the recess in the wall. So same idea. This is this happens to be our 9800 roller latch. It's a privacy set. Sorry, it goes like this, and there's a turn piece up here. So basically, that's for privacy. Okay, so the door, I don't have a strike to show you, but it's similar. So this is another roller latch, again, 3/8 inch projection, and this would be for privacy. Without the deadbolt, it would be a passage set. And then we have a 9500 series roller latch, so 9500 RL. So again, this is a privacy set as well. Without the deadbolt, it would be a passage set. So again, these are for doors where you want to put decorative pulls on them. There's no active levers. There's none of that. Again, it's for doors that there's no trim, there's no knobs. So there's no lever trim, there's knobs. It's more for decorative style pulls. They're not touch latches. They slide and close. And this, again, is spring loaded. And you can see I got to push fairly hard to keep that, to retract that latch. So to review, there's 4 main products. There's a 9100, so that's for door styles 4 inches and up, because the minimum back set on this would be 2.5 inches. The 8800 can go down to 1 1/4 inch back set, so that puts it like, I don't know, 3 inch style. Maybe slightly less than that, but I wouldn't push it. And then these are for interior. This is the 9800 series, which is slightly larger in size than the 9500 series, okay? So those are the roller latches. One thing we do to these strikes, if you have excessive wind loads, we've done a few projects where these are very large entry doors and there is some heavy winds and they don't want to throw the deadbolt to lock the door, that we will actually, if you see this detent, what we'll do is we'll cut a hole in it where I marked it with my marker. We'll actually cut that material away, and what happens is the roller will actually seat. It's hard to see, but it'll seat down into that cutout a little bit more than it would if it was just a detent, and that locks it in a little bit more firmly. So it requires a little extra effort to push or pull the door open, but that's what we recommend for doors that may pop open due to wind loading. The other thing we recommend sometimes is if it's a large door, is you would put one of these passage sets down lower, say the bottom third of the door, and then this would be installed with the deadbolt at a normal height as a regular motorcycle would go, and that gives you 2 roller latches, which gives you a lot more holding power. All right, so there's different ways to accomplish holding a door fastened in place, and then you can secure it with deadbolts. Okay, so that's the 9100 series and 8800 series roller latches, and then we have the interior mortise roller latches.